So Yuka, we're here in Troy, New York.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful place. One global view. What a perfect name for a place for us to have this conversation. You're the localization director here at Pitney Bowes Insights, right?
Business Insight.
Business Insight. The map info product is one of your main responsibilities. And it's great that we have the chance to have this quick conversation. I'd really love to learn about your experience. We've been doing this for quite a while.
Right.
And, you know, in this space, people think that localization is something that just happens.
Right.
Products appear in Chinese, Japanese, French, Italian.
I know, yeah.
How is it for you in a large organization that is global to get the product done in so many languages?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, my language knows us from the Map Info days. It was very interesting because one day, Adam called me up, and then he goes like, "Well, we can provide translation service to you." And then, at the time, we were actually looking for a really, really good Japanese localization vendor. Our previous one wasn't very good. I'm a native of Japan, so I can really qualify, the Japanese quality. And I was like, okay, well, we'll test it. We'll see. Just a cold call. I didn't think it's gonna be going anywhere. But we asked for the sample translation, and we actually asked the sample translation from multiple agencies. And then my language translation was really, really good. Well, and I was actually really surprised because he was calling me from Germany.
Yes, well, that's the global organization, and that's a great endorsement. I thank you for that. But how about internally here at your organization? Is there an awareness for the importance of localization, or is it, as it very often is? I mean, you've been doing this for a while, so I understand that you probably already developed this relationship with the production organization. But are the products today designed to be globalized?
Yeah, it's been a long journey, but constantly challenging, of course. But we're definitely making improvements in many areas. Back in old days, you only had one product, Mapping for Professional. So engineering used to throw the product out to us in the localization team. We take it, translate it, test it, package it up, and then send it over. We handle the entire process. So we got to learn a lot about localization process. But now, throughout the whole acquisition, we acquired so many companies, over the years, and then we got acquired by Pitney Bowes. We merged with Group 1 Software. So it's not just mapping for products anymore. We got a whole bunch of products from, Group 1, and we became Pitney Bowes Business Insight. So, through that acquisition, there are so many smaller companies who were doing localization, but they weren't doing the most efficient way. We figured out how to do it very efficiently. So we're always constantly training the new teams and the new groups how to do localization.
That's a common challenge for localization organizations. It's a reality of business. Companies get acquired, companies acquire companies. How do you integrate a new product into your workflow? How long does it take? Is that a painful process?
Well, we have this 10 in 10 initiative. We are trying to create new solutions for Pitney Bowes Business Insight. It's our future. From the day one of the project, we embed localization project manager into the process. Yes. So that person is looking after the entire globalization process. So if engineering is trying to, even like before engineering gets to the product management is talking to the regions and trying to figure out, is this solution gonna work for you in France? Germany people, like German office, is this solution gonna work for you? We are at the requirement stage. We are trying to work with the region to incorporate the requirements so that we are truly building a global solution. So we are doing that now.
When you localize, do you build a business case?
Yeah, most definitely.
So different products have different language sets. You don't translate everything into all languages.
Of course, we do have a the go-to-market strategy. You know, there are certain countries that are very important to us. We have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Okay.
I'm not going to name those, but you know,
okay.
we do have a classification.
I suppose Japan is tier 1.
And then, you know, of course, we want to pay attention to the emerging markets. You know, they might not require exact same set of products. Like, for example, we really want to be strong in the CRM market. You know, we used to provide tools for CRM, but we want to be a solution provider. You know, we want to be integrating with the whole CRM solution, yes. Right? So those are from like more mature countries, like, you know, France or Japan or, you know, Australia, UK. You know, more like advanced, you know, countries. Whereas, you know, some of the countries like India or China, they're still, you know, they're up and coming. You know, yeah. They're GDP is very, you know, growing very rapidly. However, you know, they might not require CRM solution, but instead they might need more like, you know, how do I, you know, build this, you know, cell tower, yes. You know, or like how do I consolidate this network, you know, or the infrastructure utility. Correct. You know, that type of thing, like asset management, that might be more important to them. So depending on the country that, you know,
so who decides what languages are going to be made? Is it at a product management level? Is it at a business level?
Yeah, we're really trying to make sure that, the general guideline will come from the, you know, very at the top, you know, senior management team. But each business case is built by product managers. Okay. Or solution managers, because they're the one who will be talking to the region, really getting the requirements. What do you need, you know, from your country, you know, to be successful? Yes. So that we can build a true global solution and sell it. And it's not just global. Well, my definition of globalization, I don't know if you have the same definition or not, but my definition
You're my client. Whatever you define is perfect.
My definition of globalization encompasses 3 pieces. Yeah. One is internationalization, generalizing engineering products so that it can be localized into other countries. The second one, that is very, very important one that we really need to pay attention to, is regionalization. Basically, each country has its own requirement. And just because you do internationalization, that doesn't mean that you do regionalization very correctly. Correct. So for example, you know, one of our products that we have, geocoding, you know, in Japan, yes. There's no street name. Exactly. So how do you geocode, right? I mean, in the United States, every street's got a name. So it's easy for us to type in a, you know, the one Google view or Main Street or whatever. I found the other day that you have actually 11 zip codes go to 11 digits because they can pinpoint a room in a floor in a building, exactly, that has a zip code. Yeah, higher level has a different.
When you go to Korea and Japan, you have those
different levels. Yeah. We go all the way up to 6th level, I think. But I could be wrong. But anyway, so yeah, each country has its own requirements, and if you don't regionalize it for that country, we won't have a global solution, right? And then, I'm sorry. Go to the third. The third piece is the localization. Yes. So if you've done internationalization, regionalization correctly, localization becomes much, much simpler. Yes. And then it's just a matter of hopefully just translating and tweaking a little bit for the local market needs.
So to wrap this up,
the whole thing is globalization.
What, in an ideal world, what is the thing that you wish you had that you don't have in the function that you're performing today?
You know, it's been good, actually. I mean, it's a nice evolution. It's challenging that, you know, we are always constantly, you know, changing, you know, market changes, you know, we are integrating, but at the same time, you know, we are learning as we go, and that's really exciting. So I could say that, well, you know, I wish I know this and I started out from the beginning, you know, I could say that, but, you know, I don't regret, you know, what I have gone through. It's been a really good journey, and you know, I think we're heading in a great direction for the company. So,
Yuka, this is fantastic. Thank you for your time, and this is great information. And thank you.
Oh, thank you.
See you.